श्रीराघवम् दशरथात्मजमप्रमेयम् सीतापतिम् रघुकुलान्वय रत्नदीपम् आजानुबाहुम् अरविन्द दलायताक्षम् रामम् निशाचर विनाशकरम् नमामि नमामि रघुनन्दन दशरथनन्दन
श्री रघुनन्दन दशरथनन्दन
भद्राधीश्वर रामा
भद्राधीश्वर रामा
वैदेही प्रिय वैकुण्ठवासा
वैदेही प्रिय वैकुण्ठवासा
सदा स्मरामि रामेति रामा
सदा स्मरामि रामेति रामा
सदा स्मरामि रामेति रामा
सदा स्मरामि रामेति रामा राम सुमिर मन 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 जानकी वल्लभ दशरथ नंदन जानकी वल्लभ दशरथ नंदन रामचंद्र श्री रामचंद्र श्री रामचंद्र श्री रामचंद्र श्री रामचंद्र श्री रामचंद्र श्री भज मन सीता राम राम भज मन सीताराम,
भज मन सीताराम राम, भज मन सीताराम,
भज मन राधे श्याम श्याम, भज मन राधे श्याम,
भज मन राधे श्याम श्याम, भज मन राधे श्याम,
भज मन साई राम राम, भज मन साई राम,
भज मन साई राम राम, भज मन साई राम,
भज मन साई राम राम, भज मन साई राम,
भज मन साई राम राम, भज मन साई राम। मैथिली पदे रघुनंदना,
मैथिली पते रघुनंदना,
रामा राघवा राजीवलोचना,
रामा राघवा राजीवलोचना,
रामा राघवा राजीवलोचना,
रामा राघवा राजीवलोचना,
मैथिली पदे रघुनंदना,
मैथिली पते रघुनंदना,
दीनावना करुणामया,
दीनावना करुणामया,
कमलानयना कौसल्यतनया,
कमलानयना कौसल्यतनया,
कमलानयना कौसल्यतनया,
कमलानयना कौसल्यतनया, पतित पावन
पतित पावन
पतिपुरीश्वर पावन नाम तारक नाम पाप विमोचन दानव भंजन राम दशरथ नंदन राम, पावन नाम तारक नाम पाप विमोचन पावन नाम तारक नाम पाप विमोचन
हे प्रशांति निलयारा, हे पतिपुरी भगवान,
हे प्रशांति निलयारा, हे पतिपुरी भगवान,
अहल्योद्धारक राम, दाशरथि रघुनाथ,
अहल्योद्धारक राम, दाशरथि रघुनाथ,
श्री राम जय राम,
श्री राम जय राम,
श्री राम 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 जय राम,
श्री राम 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 जय राम,
साई राम 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 साई 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 राम, राम राम रविकुल सोमा, राम राम रविकुल सोमा, कोदंड रामा पटाभिरामा, कोदंड रामा पटाभिरामा, साई रामा साकेत रामा, साई रामा साकेत रामा, जय जय रामा जानकी 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 रामा, जय राम हरे जय राम हरे, जय सीता राम हरे, जय राम हरे जय राम हरे, जय सीता राम हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे जय कृष्ण हरे, जय राधा कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे जय कृष्ण हरे, जय राधा कृष्ण हरे, जय साई हरे जय साई हरे, जय साई बाबा हरे, जय साई हरे जय साई हरे, जय साई बाबा हरे, जय साई हरे जय साई हरे, जय साई बाबा हरे, जय साई हरे जय साई हरे, जय साई बाबा हरे,
अयोध्यावासी राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राम।
Invoking the divine blessings of our most beloved Bhagavan Śrī Sathya Sai Baba, revered elders, dearest brothers and sisters, Om Shri Sai Ram. And welcome to another segment of our webinar series that specifically revolves around Vedas, its value in our lives, the benefits that it has for us in our lives, and the most important lessons that we can learn from practicing the values of these Vedas. So again, we have with us Dr. Venkata Ramana Kotamraju, who is no stranger to us. He has been on our webinar in the past. Sairam, Dr. Ramana. Welcome again.
Sairam, Sairam Raitan, Sairam everybody. Nice to
Yes,
join you
Ramana.
all.
Yes.
Sairam.
Sairam. Just a brief introduction on Brother Ramana again, as we have done in the past. Dr. Ramana is an alumnus of the Śrī Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning. He has had the first-hand experience of learning Veda directly from those in those earlier days that were blessed by the divine hands himself, by the divine declarations given by our most beloved Bhagavan. He now resides in the state of Southern California. He did learn Veda from Swami School and taught Veda in the Sathya Sai Hostel from 1985 till 1992. Since 2004, Dr. Kotamraju has been teaching Veda to numerous devotees of Bhagavan in the California region. He holds a doctorate in organic chemistry and has published more than 75 papers in high-impact journals. His research spans organic chemistry, peptide synthesis, nanotechnology, targeted drug delivery, and cancer research. But Raman, I know probably the most valuable lessons that you can take is not your formal qualifications, but the qualifications that you have received directly from Swami and through Veda itself.
Sairam. Sairam Raitan, thank you for all your good words. You know, it sounds so fresh in mind how we spent our time in those days in presence of Swami. Though I do not belong to that very, very early days where people like Mr. Vedanarayanan and all these people, they have had a chance to learn directly from Kamavadhani Garu and with direct interaction with Swami. But we did have the great fortune of being in presence of Swami and chanting so many times in front of Swami. Swami giving us those orange colored dhotis, if you have seen in the older videos, with the white angavastram. Swami gave those with his own hands, and he gave books for learning Vedam. And there were some small things like that. It was very, very, and those memories are very fresh. When you said earlier times, I felt, oh, it is very recent. Yeah, I'm so blessed to be part of this opportunity that you are creating for everybody, Raitan. Thank you so much. Please take it over.
Sure. So this specific webinar, the last webinar that we had, we were going to cover a lot of the Gaṇapati Prārthanā, but I think we had spent a lot on Sanskritam, the language, the Anuswaras, and how the Sandhi rules actually do work. So we didn't spend that much of time on Gaṇapati Prārthanā. So this webinar is designed to provide that knowledge to all devotees on the essence and the importance of the Gaṇapati Prārthanā, the Kṣamā Prārthanā, and Svasti Vācakam or Svasti Vācaka Śloka, with the integration of all the Sandhi rules into it. I think let's first get into the Gaṇapati Prārthanā, and let's obviously take the discussion from there, Ramana, if you don't mind.
Brother Ratan, I would
Yes.
request a little bit of change in that
Sure.
plan, if that is
Sure.
okay with you.
No
So
problem.
we are learning, we are starting the great process of Vedam learning. So let us see how the class is designed when we are learning.
Sure.
How this we have certain pattern and how this evolved or how it have started off in the first place, and then from there we'll take it.
So
Okay.
I think the most important aspect is Swami's milestone discourse, where he stated 3 most important facts of why he has incarnated during this time. I think it's quite a milestone discourse that he had given on his birthday. Do you just want to enlighten everyone about what Swami declared on that specific day?
Yeah. Swami's mission, what he stated was that he has come for Bhakta Rakshana and Vidvat Poshana, Veda Samrakshana. So he has come to protect the devotees, that is Bhakta Rakshana. Vidvat Poshana and Veda Poshana is to Veda Rakshana. So he is come to revive the Vedic culture, Vedic practices. And he also said Vidvat Poshana. Vidvat Poshana is he is going to support, he is going to help those who are knowledgeable, scholarly ones. How can a knowledge proceed? How can the knowledge be passed on unless there are people who know it? So if you preserve them, the knowledge gets preserved. That's the best way. And that as a result, Swami has done lots and lots of things. But one thing very striking is in the beginning of Kali Yuga or towards the end of Dvapara Yuga, Krishna Dvaipayana, and he said, please, this Kali Yuga is starting. Now it is your duty. Now you should take up this task of getting all the Vedas, which are the oral tradition, which are passed on as Shrutis, heard from Guru to the Shishya. And there is a long lineage. Okay. And that he said, please pass it on to the next generation, which is the Kali Yuga, where Kali Yuga Manava, the human in Kali Yuga, has got a very short life. He has no focus. It sounds very familiar, right? He has no focus, short lifespan, and he does no memory, no focus. So even even in Kali Yuga, the human being should reach God. That is his purpose, and that should go on. As a result, we need the Vedas to be there, and please compile all of them and put them in a written form. So that is where he came in. And Krishna Dvaipayana, he became Veda Vyasa. But he was also the Amshavatara of Vishnu. So Sri Mahavishnu initiated that process for Kali Yuga. And later on, after about 4,000 years plus, we have Shiva himself come down as Adi Shankaracharya. And in the 32 years that he spent on this earth in that body, he walked around the whole country, India, 4 times on foot. And all that he did was he removed wherever there were extra intelligence coming up. Let me use the term carefully. I'm a little bit saying that still, because people have started interpreting the Vedas in different ways, which are not acceptable, which are not agreeable, which are going away from the message of the Vedas. And then he removed all that kind of that Kali Yuga, Kali Purusha prompted behaviors. He cut them down through debates. And there were this other thoughts processes like Buddhism and Jainism and all these coming up. So he went and he defeated everybody in the country through debates. And then he established 4 mathas in 4 different parts of the country. And he said, this is where the Vedas will be propagated. They will sustain the Vedic knowledge. And then after that, after another 2000 years, then we have Shiva Shakti Swarupa Swami himself has come, and he said everybody should learn Vedas. And then he said Veda Poshana and Vidvat Poshana. And in the Vidvat Poshana part and the Veda Rakshana, Veda Poshana part, what he did was he started this Veda Pathshalas, and then he got in Maha Vidvats, the great scholars like Brahmashri Kamavadhani Garu, Gandikoti Subramanya Shastri Garu, all these people. And he went to the extent that we, all devotees, should learn Vedas. And with the help of Kamavadhani Garu, he set off the process for common men, whom he got him near in the form of students who are studying the so-called secular education, non-Vedic education institutions also he set up, because he looked at that as the future, those kids as the future for this work, for his work. For this reason, he put the schools and colleges. He put Veda Pathshala, then he put this universities. He got more people. He made us learn from them. And those great lucky ones like Vedanarayan Garu, and you have Dr. Dev Sen, Dr. Anil Kumar, then you have Dr. Shiva Shankar Sai. There's so many people who have learned. Bhimeshwar Sharmaji, Kanta Rao, and so many other that senior batches people who have learned from them. Dr. T. Ravi Kumar. All these people have learned and they passed it on to us. And then we learned and we taught our next generation. So that is how Swami set up a network of things. And he guided us so much. He told us that he would take care of us. And today we see how he is there in our lives. And those of us who have learned Vedam, we experience his care and concern through that process of Vedas. And you are all part of that, his hand, which is blessing me. Thank you so much.
Thank
So
you, Raman.
that is how it started. And
I think
then,
it's interesting.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead, please. Please go ahead.
I think it's you mentioned the Veda Pathshala. I think what's interesting to note is that was the first school that Swami had created. First school by secular means or through Veda itself. Before the universities, even before schools came up, the first school that Swami created was the Veda Pathshala, which has shown the fruition of future Vedic scholars from then onwards.
Right.
Correct?
So,
Yes.
yes, that is true. First, he started the Veda Pathshala. Then he
Yes.
said, okay, let me get in more people to
Uh-huh.
come in. And then we have all these colleges, universities come up, and you rest of everything you are witnessing right in
Yes.
front, unfolding in front of our eyes. So
Brilliantly said.
in this learning process, this was a very, very memorable incident that I don't get tired repeating it any number of times. Swami said everybody should learn Vedam. And then there were these people who were very close to Swami. They said, Swami, what are you telling us? One mistake in the pronunciation or the swaram is Gohatya Mahapapam. Now, our lives are already difficult. We're going through so much of issues in our lives. How do you think we can cope up with this kind of thing? We make mistakes, and doesn't it really complicate our life further? Then Swami was very loving and he said, no, that is true. What you're saying is 100% true. Nevertheless, you cannot back away from your duty. You should learn. And when you're learning, you should invoke Ganapati. You should invoke Saraswati, Devi, Guru. And then in the end of the process, offer everything to me, Saishwara Arpanamastu. And I will take care of everything. And that is how this pattern of the class has started off. So we start our class learning with Gaṇapati Gaṇapati Prārthanā, followed by our learning process, whatever is to be done that day. And then we concluded with Kṣamā Prārthanā. So that is how it goes. And this Kṣamā Prārthanā is very, very interesting in the sense what it says. Yad akshara pada bhrashtam. So if there is a akshara or a word that is missed or misspelt or mispronounced, matrahinantu yad bhavet. If you have to say a long vowel and if you said it only short vowel, or long akshara versus short akshara, then yad bhavet, if some mistake happens like that, tat sarvam kshamyatam deva. May you forgive everything. Narayana namostate, O Narayana, I bow down to you. I surrender to you. If I made any mistake, please pardon me. Oh, no, why does it go that kind of route where it says, please forgive me even for this, what we think are seemingly very, very small. Very, very small. Let us see with one example. Yada akshara pada bhrashtam. So, if you have the example from, yeah, good, thanks for putting it up. When you have any akshara which is misspelled, for example, let us take this Namo Madhyamaya cha in Rudram. A lot of us are very familiar. Namo Madhyamaya cha. If it is said as Namo Madhyamaya cha, because we have forgotten our basic languages, our Indian languages, we have forgotten. Definitely, that is nobody's guess. Everybody knows it. And as a result, you are saying instead of bhajan, you say bhajan. So here in this case, Namo Madhyamaya cha, you are saying to that Rudra, that Shiva, who is in the form of a middle-aged person, who is in prime of his health and mental abilities and all his abilities. He is in the prime of it. Namo Madhyamaya cha. So he is the one who will protect me, right? I seek his protection. I seek his guidance. I seek his presence in my life. Now, let us take the version which we say because we do not know how to say Namo Madhyamaya cha. Now tell me, Madhya means alcohol. Do we want alcohol to be our life? No, right? We don't mean to say that. So it is Namo Madhyamaya cha. So, see, now don't you think this is a Mahapapam? First, you're asking for a wrong thing. So you're going to get blessed for that. Then what happens? What is your life going to become? And whatever you're suffering is because of your own papam. So that is where it becomes very, 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 very important that we say the aksharas properly. Matra hinantu yad bhavet. This also, let's take it from Rudram itself. Another example. What it says is, what example? Okay, let's take this. Namassutaya Hantyaya Vananam Pataye Namaha. So you're saying, I bow down to that charioteer. Sutaya is a charioteer. And how is he? Ahantyaya. He cannot be destroyed. Indestructible one. Namassutaya Ahantyaya Vananam Pataye Namaha. I bow down to that charioteer who is indestructible. He is permanent. And that is referring to the Paramatma in us who is guiding us through. When we are talking about Gananamtva, there this reference will come again. But anyway, the words are Sutaya plus Ahantyaya. Now, if you don't say the matra, Sutaya Hantyaya means charioteer who can be destroyed. Now, what are we talking? Do we really mean to say that? No. No. You take another example from Gaṇapati Atharva Shirsham, which goes like Tvam Satchidananda Advitiyosi. Tvam Satchidananda Advitiyosi. O Bhagavan, you are Satchidananda Swarupa and you are second to none. Advitiyosi. There is, you are the only one. There is none before you. So when you are saying that, it is becoming, if you don't say the akshara properly, Tvam Satchidananda Dvitiyosi. If you say that, you will become, you are saying you are second to somebody. You are not the ultimate. You don't mean to say that. But that is again another Mahapapam. So that's how you're having those akshara pada bhrashtam matra hinam. Pada is if you miss any word, then a lot of things will change. That is very easy to understand. Now, visarga bindu matrani pada aksharani cha. If there is a visarga, so usually visargas are indicators of a couple of things, or more than one thing, I should say. It is indicator of sometimes Strilinga versus Pullinga. So that is gender. The usually done misspelt one is from Laghunyasa. That's Prithivi me sharire shrita. That is what even there are books which are saying that. But Prithivi me sharire shrita. So when you are saying Prithivi, it should not have a Strilanga Shabda. It is a feminine gender. It should not have a Visarga. It should not end a Shrita. It should end a Shrita. So that is the Visarga that we are referring to. Bindu Matrani. Bindu is the sound. We will discuss more about this in later on in the same webinar. Okay. Bindu is the sound. We have the vowels a, I, e, u, right? Aha. So that it keeps coming in various places. And you have, for example, Ambika, Amba, Shankara. See, all that is that Bindu, which is coming. And we will discuss in detail about this particular aspect. What that if we miss this one, Pada Aksharani cha, again, if I miss a word, or if I forget a sentence itself. So in Vedam, you have some things very, very interesting. Okay. They can make you go around in loops. Because we have forgotten the words, we don't keep the meaning in our mind when we are chanting. And also, we chant very mechanically. We don't know what it is. Not only not being aware of the meaning while chanting, but we don't even know it. We are doing it very mechanical. We'll say this one. Nama Iranyaya cha Prapatyaya cha Nama Kigumshilaya cha Kshayana cha Nama Kapardine cha Vyuptakeshaya cha Nama Sahasrakshaya cha. What have I done here? I am doing the 9th Anuvakam and I went back to 5th Anuvakam. Because there you have Nama Kapardine cha. 9th Anuvakam says next word is Pulastaya cha. But you will end up saying Nama Kapardine cha Vyuptakeshaya cha. Because that Kapardina word is there, we are mechanical. So we can jump to either places. Or if you are doing Namakka Pardine cha Vyuptakeshaya cha, instead of that, You're saying Namakka Pardine cha Pulastaye cha, you jump. So much you're jumping off. So these things happen because of our absent-mindedness. Okay, this is very wrong. Nyunani chatiriktāni. If I end up saying some extra words or extra aksharas, this happens very often, especially when you are in a learning stage. You should attend a Veda class to see how different kinds of variations keep coming, adding extra aksharas and all that, extra padas. Where they are not there, we get overwhelmed when we are learning because we have, again, same thing I'm repeating, we have forgotten our languages. And this Veda Vidya, Sanskritam, both Sanskritam as well as Veda Vidya have become totally foreign to us. As a result, we end up making a lot of mistakes. We get overwhelmed when we are learning. Hence, those mistakes come. Samasva Saishvara, Samasva, you know the word, Saishvara, Swami. Aparadha sahasrani kriyante harnishanmaya daso emati mam matva kshamasva Saishvara. I make so many mistakes. Aparadha sahasrani. Sahasrani means thousands. Not thousands. It is infinite numbers. Sometimes that sahasra is a word which can be used as indicative of infinity, or thousands. Both are equally effective in this case right here. Kriyante aharnishanmaya. I keep doing morning and night, morning and day. Aharnishanmaya. Aha is morning. Nishaha is Nisham is referring to the night. Aharnishammaya daso yamitima ammatva. After all, I am serving you. Samasva Saishvara, please forgive me, Saishvara. Anyatha sharanam nasti tvameva sharanam mama. Tasmat karunya bhavena raksha raksha Saishvara. I have no refuge. I have no place to go other than you. Please forgive me. Please forgive me with a compassion. With compassion, please forgive me. So that is what you are saying. Forgive me and protect me from the ill effects of whatever I am saying. When a mantra is said correctly, you are expecting something, whatever you are seeking for, whatever you have in mind. It may be liberation itself, maybe his presence, maybe, as little as your son's or daughter's marriage, or for you to pass some exam, anything. You are expecting that thing to happen, to be blessed with whatever you are seeking. Now, if you say it wrong, the same thing will come back to us. Whatever we ask for, as it happened in one of the Puranas. Tvashta Prajapati, he does a yajna and he says the words wrongly, the swaram wrongly. As a result, initially he was seeking for a son who could kill Indra, strong one who can kill Indra. But he gets a son who gets killed by Indra. He is strong nevertheless, but he gets killed by Indra. So that is how you can be receiving a response, depending on what you say. Hari Om Tat Sat Śrī Sai Ishvara Arpadamastu. Everything you offer at his feet, and as per his word, he will take care of us. That is his promise. So this is the Kṣamā Prārthanā which is done. But I have one situation which I come across very frequently, at least till people came to know about this Vedam learning process and everything. The question is, the question that I face, that I have come across from various people is, if you are doing Kṣamā Prārthanā, it's okay, no, if you make mistakes. So this one is like, hey, let me tell you all kinds of bad things, all kinds of words, and I will say sorry. Is it okay? But anyway, you're a good person. Please forgive me.
So Ramana, on that point,
Please.
Swami has always been the exemplar reminder for all of us of what love is, what forgiveness is. So no matter what you did, Swami, you went to Swami and he forgave whatever you did from a devotee's perspective. But you have a different perspective. You have a devotee's perspective, but you also have the perspective of being a student studying whilst he physically was teaching and guiding and molding all of the alumni. So in saying that, and you brought, very interesting, you brought up the Kṣamā Prārthanā before we even began discussion on Gaṇapati Prārthanā, but the Kṣamā Prārthanā of forgiveness. Now, does that mean that if I do not learn Veda correctly, I just go on my own and I learn, and then I recite it, but then I do the Kṣamā Prārthanā afterwards? Swami will forgive whatever I have said. Is that not correct?
So here, let me give you what I think first, and let's go into a little bit more detail of
Sure.
other things.
Sure.
So what I think is, based on what Swami said. Swami said, do your best and leave the rest to me. That is, you do your learning process and do the Kṣamā Prārthanā. Do the best, leave the rest. Okay? Do the best, that is for us. Leave the rest to me, that is to him. Now, the question is, have we done the best? If we have not done the best, then leaving the rest is not leaving the rest, but you're leaving everything. Even you are being lazy, and your laziness also, you want him to forgive. That is very, 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 very wrong. If you are doing your effort fully well, then you leave it to him, then it is good. But somebody might say, no, if you give everything to Swami, Swami will take. Now, are you doing the same thing of giving up everything? Sarvasya Sharanagati. Have you given up 100% of yourself to Swami? That's the question. That is, tomorrow you go to work, okay? And then something happens wrong, which is threatening your existence in your work. Will you not respond to that? If you are responding to that, which means you can do something, you still have your identity. When you give up your identity completely, saying that this is Swami's prasadam, and you are being unjustly being punished or being sidelined to take credit. You worked so hard for months or built up this project for years, and then somebody comes and pushes you out. Then you'll get that ego from nowhere. You'll get your identity back. Man, how can you do this? That time you don't say, Swami, it is your prasad. If you say that, then you can leave it. Till such time that we all reach to that level, we should not take that for granted that I leave everything to Swami, Swami will take care. I don't do my job. That's not right. And here, I'll tell you couple of things about Swami's, that mother-father aspect. Mother very forgiving, father very, very strong disciplinarian. Okay, so you have two aspects of Swami. This I heard from different people who have done Swami's room work, or boys who had the chance to go and clean up the inner rooms of Swami, where Swami used to store things for various purposes, and his own personal room. So, hey, President of India is coming, and all these dignitaries are coming. Let's clean up the place, keep the place clean. We have to have them hosted very well for their dinner and everything. Then the boys are cleaning up everything they do. Everything is done very well, spick and span. But Swami will come directly and he will look at one corner, it seems, somewhere where they would have overlooked. There'll be small little dust and cobweb which is left. Say, hey, lazy fellows, you're not doing the work properly, and he'll start yelling at them. And he says, oh, be careful. And he's not angry, but he's setting them right, showing them. See, You have to be very careful when you're doing. So when you're learning Vedam, the smallest thing, accuracy is very important. Your struggle to achieve that is very, very important, because the Shastras say you should chant with the precision of a mother tigress carrying her cub across a river, across a stream of water which is in spate, furious flow of water. But the
Wow.
mother cub is taking it across the river, jumping on small rocks which are there in the middle of the river, jumping from one rock to the other. The
Wow.
mother tigress cannot
Amazing.
tighten
Yes.
I'll just finish. Tighten the grip
Loosen
on
maybe. Yes.
the cub's neck, because it has to jump. It has to put full of its strength. Cannot tighten the muscles. And if it bites the cub tightly, the cub is hurt, or it is not dead.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
if it doesn't jump properly, if it is being delicate, then it cannot land on the place where it should land, and both the mother and cub both will go away, washed off. Or the cub will fall away into the stream of water and is washed. So that kind of accuracy is needed. And Swami, through various acts of his, he has shown the kind of effort that we need to put. Yes, you were saying something, right? Huh?
Yes. So I think on that point that you're raising, it's very interesting, because I think I remember one of the alumni actually stating once that Swami used to use the back room of Punachanda Auditorium to teach Veda. He would call Kamavadani Gadu and few groups of boys to come to the back. And that was a very small room. I think the room still does exist today. And if you see it right at the back, that small door that opens today. And he used to sit there and he used to ask each boy to recite Veda. And I think there was one boy who said, "No, Swami, I'd rather recite in the group, not individually, because I recite better when I'm in the group." And Swami said, "None of that. You will recite individually." And the question is that sometimes as a devotee, we might not be as skilled as someone else in chanting Veda. So we say, "No, it's okay. I won't chant, or I'll sit at the back, or I'll sit behind the group that's behind the mic and chant." The question is that um, should, from a confidence perspective, as you stated now, how someone should chant, how someone should learn Veda. But as an individual, how much of effort must I put in individually to chant Veda?
Yes. So before I come to that, let me finish the discipline aspect of Swami. How he disciplines us. Okay. He has. It was in the year 1987 that we, as a class, as part of the class group, we got a lot of chances from Swami. Lots of chances. Like, the whole of students, teachers, everybody would say, "Oh, Swami likes only the 12th class boys. Swami, I don't think Swami knows that we all exist here." Because morning and evening he's talking of us, he's talking to us, and he'll ask, "Hey, where are 12th class boys?" In the evening, everybody's sitting together. He's asking, "Hey, 12th class boys, where are you?" Come on, he'll ask. And he'll go and he'll talk to us and all that. Okay. This was a heaven. Don't know what heaven is, but yes, we know that was heaven, definitely. What people think of heaven is, we don't know, but this particular period was heaven for us. That was over. Okay, we had lots and lots of messages, chances, Swami joking, Swami creating things for us, Swami blessing people. He's telling somebody how many marks he's going to get, how he has done the exam, all kinds of things, And also initially he was a little upset with somebody. He would school them nicely, give them a lesson. But after that period, after we wrote exams and when we went home for the holidays and came back, we entered the undergraduation, bachelor's first year. We were greeted. We were very happy. We just wrote our entrance exam, interviews, everything done. We were shortlisted. There were 60 plus people, 65, whatever that number was. I don't know today the exact number. We all were very happy. There was some of us carrying on from 12th grade and others who have just joined recently, 20, 30 of them. And rest of us are we guys only. So, okay. Swami was still in Vrindavan. He came back. We were all waiting for Swami. 12th class boys, remember? You had that still, that aura. Just to say how stupid we were. To think that, that we were, you know, we are the only, the blessed ones. And like, we didn't have any other thoughts. Swami is going to come and talk to us. We forgot something else very important. And that Swami wanted to drive a message home. And we were greeted by Swami. How? He looked at us from far. He avoided us. And that happened as a habit over the next 1 week. We were there, wherever we were sitting, Swami will go very far from that place. It came to the extent in next 10 days or so, Swami was telling, oh, 12th class boys, get out of here. I don't want to see your face. There is no first year undergrads for you. Just go. The university is cancelled that course. Go home. Don't waste your time here because outside colleges admissions will close. Go and take admission outside. Don't show me your face. And it came to such an extent that Swami was sending us messages through Śrī Kotamraju garu and Śrī Chakravarti garu and Chiranjeevi Rao garu, all these people, 3, 4 of them. And we were all staying in one place in the hostel, in the old boys hostel, where alumni used to stay.
Yeah.
Because we had no other place to go. They will come. Swami said, you are highly indisciplined. There is no expression on their face, okay? Swami is sending a message. So, Kutumbarao Garu wants to talk to you. So, we'll all go and sit there. He'll start. Swami told me to tell you that you are very indisciplined. Swami told you to tell you that you are all donkeys. So, no expression. But these kind of words which are hitting us so hard. We had this almost a month, 3 weeks to 4 weeks going on. And then finally, we were pleading Swami, and then Swami, Swami was doing it only to drive a message that do not forget the message that I have given you. Do not. And he was, shouting at us in Tamil in one of the interviews. He gave 3, 4 interviews, okay? Each interview, that is after that initial 3 weeks, 4 weeks period, he gave 2, 3 interviews, and he was yelling at us. Only yelling. You are totally bad. Swami doesn't want people like you here. Go back home. At least your parents will be happy to see you so that you will not lose 1 year. Go home. And in that, I think 2 interviews, I think he gave. One interview, he was yelling at us in Tamil. He called us for the interview. We were happy. Okay, now he is going to say, okay, boys, you are good. No, he called somebody else and we didn't like it. Okay, in heart of our heart, at least I didn't like somebody else come. There was General Mahadevan. Why do we need this person? He is not coming to translate. If it was translation, it should be Sri Raman Rao, our lecturer, or somebody, Nanjundaya Garu, or somebody who knows, or Narasimurthy Garu, one of them. But why this Mahadevan? Now what is going on? So he came inside and Swami started talking Tamil. Swami never talked to us in Tamil in the groups, English or this one, Telugu.
Maybe Telugu.
And he was translating. Swami was telling in Tamil and he was translating. After a few minutes, we knew what he was telling. He was telling in Tamil. We were not listening in English, but he was telling in Tamil and we know what he was telling. And you know what he was telling? He was telling that monkeys are better than you. That Sai Gita is better than you. Go there. Go see the Sai Gita. What she's doing. No, angry, very angry. She's thinking of me, Swami. You people, you don't think of Swami. You forgot Swami. You don't even remember what Swami is telling you, what Swami has told you. You have no business to be doing like this. You've forgotten Swami. You've forgotten what Swami has said. And after a long bashing that he gave, good 45 minutes, 1 hour bashing that we got, though we were all crying like babies. We all cried. We just gave up, broke down completely. Then Swami calmed down. He put his hand out. He said, "Now you promise me that you will be good boys and you will bless. You'll listen to whatever Swami has said. You will follow Swami's words." He put his hand out and he made us all put our hands in his hand and take a vow, promise. So when he goes to discipline, he will go to that level. And incidentally, one funny thing he did was he gave us clothes. He gave us a shirt. You know, the shirt was manufacturing company was Bad Boys. But he gave that to all of us. Along with that, he gave Vibhuti Prasadam also. So we were happy. We didn't look at that Bad Boys so much, but though we were thinking, hey, why does it say Bad Boys? I have the shirt even today. So this is
Wow.
87, and today also
Wow.
I have it in my collection of whatever 2-3 things that Swami has given. So I have that with me.
Wow.
So that
Amazing.
is what disciplining is. It's so strict. When he goes strict, see, that is where he becomes the Rudra. He'll make you cry. ఏడుపు తప్పించేవాడు సాయి ఏడుపు తెప్పించేవాడు సాయి. He'll make you cry. He'll make you, forget all your problems and be happy. So that is
Right.
Swami's discipline part. So never take him for granted, like how we all did. We all took him for granted that he's going to come and talk to us because he was talking some time back. Forgetting that what he told us, we didn't do it. Probably we were very young. Probably some of us have done something which was against what he said. Because of, company with parents. Parents will guide us to do certain things. He will say,
Mm.
when holidays come, I get very worried for my children because they go home and the parents, this he told in the discourses, and the parents will say, "Oh, my dear child, your son, you were in the hostel, you were eating vegetarian food. All through you might see you become thin, you didn't become, you are not strong. How will you get energy?" And they'll feed them eggs, feed them, chicken, and kids will eat. What are they doing to themselves? It's wrong. They should not do that. They will show them films. I don't want the kids to go home and see films. They'll spoil their minds. So
Mm.
all these things would have happened. And that's what Swami was trying to drive home the point, and also making us think whatever he said, introspect, go retrospect and introspect what all Swami has said and how we should be, and then channelize our ways for future. So Swami's discipline is very, very hard. He has thrown out people, not like Dr. Anil Kumar also. He said, "Don't even come for darshan, get out." He was not allowed to come into the premises. First, he was not allowed to come into the ashram. Then slowly he came until this one. He was not allowed to come and sit in the devotees also to come and have Swami's darshan. So Swami can get that strict. Don't ever think, if I do Kṣamā Prārthanā, Swami will forgive everything. And no, it doesn't happen like that. And now, coming to what Brother Raitan, you have raised, that there are so many electronic media, right? That's what you were saying, right, Raitan?
Yes. So I think the question
Ah,
more on is, the efforts that we put in, how much of effort we should do. And in this very technologically advanced era that we're in, where resources are very much available to you with just a click of a mouse. I think the main thing
mm,
is that traditionally, as the Guru Shishya Parampara is done, where Veda mantra is passed on from generation to generation through Shruti, through Guru and the disciple, the Guru and the Shishya, where the just uttering of the mantra itself is passed on, and that is how a disciple absorbs the value of Veda itself. But in this very advanced age, we have text, we have books, we have videos, we have audios. The question is, does all of that replace the traditional way of learning Veda?
Okay. So this is very, very big topic that you have opened. I didn't know it will take this much time to come to whatever what we have come now at this point of moment, at
Sure.
this point of the time. So let's see where this will take us. So I will summarize that or paraphrase what you say, what you asked, in the words of what I came across from different people. They said there is so much of electronic media available. Like there is YouTube, so many videos, Radio Sai is there, this is there, that is there, so many. Why should we learn from anybody? Why can't we learn from that? Or even worse, somebody said, you did not learn from anybody, you can read Sanskritam, you can chant. No. My first reaction, not even response, my reaction is no. You cannot read off Veda mantras just because you know Sanskritam. That is wrong. Just because you can read Devanagari, if you read, it will not work out. Because the problem is twofold. One, you need not be an expert in reading all the aksharas, okay, all the Devanagari script. If you're not an expert, then you will make all kinds of mistakes. I'm telling expert, not familiar. If you're familiar, that is one thing. That is good. You must have read a little bit of, stuff and some complex words. But when it comes to mantras, you have very complex mantras and you have long sentences. And, Udayusha Swayushodha Swadinagam Kasenotparjanya Sushmena Dasthamamadhagam Anu. So there, in that mantra, that is a Dashishanti mantra, there is like almost one line is one full word. I'm not talking about sentence, word. So when it gets that complicated, you will start making mistakes. How much ever familiar you are, unless you are an expert. One.
Right.
Now,
Right.
the second one, you are an expert, but you have no clue of the swaram. Swaram is the next problem, which you will definitely miss. So, you should get it from a person, then he will keep alerting you whenever you are making mistakes. That is the simplest base level. But let's go further. Ratan, this is clear, right? And
Yes.
this is a
Very
very
clear.
basic thing. Now
Right.
let's go to the next level. And this is very fundamental and traditional. Here, what happens when you traditionally, when they start Vedam learning, they'll keep chanting this regularly. That is Sada Shiva Samarambham Vyasa Shankara Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Parampara. This is one thing which we should always chant, especially those who are learning Vedam. Those of us who are learning Vedam, who are interested in learning Vedam. Because what this says is Sadashiva Samarambham, starting from Sadashiva, Shiva Parvati, Parvati Parameshwara, starting from there, Sadashiva Samarambham, Vyasa Shankara Madhyamam. As we mentioned earlier, Vyasa was another milestone. And then milestone Guru, because he has compiled everything in text form, and that we are able to access. Without the text form, it was only Shruti heard and passed on from one Guru to the students and the student to the Guru, and that is generation to generation. It was never ever read off from written. It was brought into written form because of Kali Yugam, and it is for this age. There also, there was, even in spite of that written part being there, it was not being followed properly. That's why Shiva himself had to come back as Shankaracharya. Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Vyasa Shankara Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam. I bow down to my Guru and the whole Guru Parampara, the whole lineage of Gurus. Now, today we have so many YouTube, so YouTube Guru, it can be like that, right? But no,
Yes.
that's not right because of the simple thing. The YouTube video, maybe there is a great individual, great, very scholarly person. He's teaching and you are following. He and at the end of learning, you will start chanting somewhere. Okay, whatever mantra. Then somebody asks,
Yes.
where did you learn? You say, I learned it from so and so person. It is unfair on him because you are making so many mistakes. That's why they asked you the question, where did you learn? And you are telling his name. Oh, then, hey, did you learn from him? Then you will say, no, he was teaching on YouTube. That's where I got it. You're so unfair to him. He didn't get an opportunity to tell you that you are saying it wrong. So how right is it? One thing. That is one basic thing. Now going to the next thing. When you have a guru, there are some things that you are doing. And what is that? That is, you are listening to him. He's telling you what is right, what is wrong when you're chanting and all that. So that is where you will know what are the aspects of Vedam which are being learned and what are the right things to do as per that Veda mantra. So as a result, in this process, you are understanding, or if you look into yourself, the process which is happening to you is you are listening to somebody and you are agreeing to somebody. Tell me, in this corporate world that we live in,
Mhm.
actually, nations are not nations anymore. They become corporates. Why I say that is, when you go to work, you will not listen to anybody. If they tell you, hey, this is wrong, this is the way you should do, this is what it is. No, you're not going to listen. Why? Who are you to tell me? That is the ego. You know, that ego is like very sharp like a cobra, It's only safe to safe to be closer to it only when it is around Shiva's kanta. Otherwise, you step even closer to it or forget about stepping on its tail. It won't take even a second to take you out and immediately react. That's the egos that we have developed. We have. If humans
Sure.
have it, and apart from that, this corporate culture is promoting. Like somebody said, you should have one of my supervisors, the vice president of a company, he was telling me where I was working, Ramana, you should have opinion about everything and you should always tell them. That's not what it is. Here, here this culture of Vedam promotes listening. Listening. Does it say that you should not question? No, you should question. All Upanishads are that. You seek answers, you don't question. So what is told? You will first listen, follow, and then seek the answers. Ask your doubt, pro- and then get clarification on that. You seek clarification and understanding rather than questioning. When what I how they are different. If you are questioning something, our uh, Ganapati Prārthanā, if you do, all your obstacles are removed. What you should do? You should think of Ganapati, surrender to him, and then do the Ganapati Prārthanā. Then after you do it after certain time, then if you say, why am how uh, how can I understand what are your ways, O Ganapati? When you get into that thought, then you will get the answer. But we say, why? How? How will it happen? Why should I do it? If that is your question, first question, then definitely you will not do it. You will forget about getting the answer to your question. And nobody is losing. You are the loser. So this aspect of having trust in the one who has told you that, and the Shastras and Vedas, and the resultant behavior of that is called Shraddha. That Shraddha is what we are getting through learning of Vedas. Now, see, you go back to your corporate world, whatever languages that we use, maybe in South African languages or whatever, I don't know, maybe English, which is the universal corporate language, according to my understanding. Do you have a word for that word, Shraddha? One single word. I'm not asking some 10
I think,
words, which it will
I think from my
encompass.
understanding, it's focus. Focus, faith.
Included
Yeah.
duty, discipline, devotion, discrimination, all the 5 Ds
Yes.
that Swami has said. But
Yes.
I'm
Going to
asking for one
Shraddha.
word. Yeah, all those things together become Shraddha. How?
Yes.
Is faith, you said. So, my guru tells me, you tell me that doing Gaṇapati Prārthanā will take away obstacles. Now, I take that, I keep doing that. When I'm doing it, I'm not missing it even once. I'm not asking the question, why should I do Gaṇapati Prārthanā first? I'm not asking that. Should we do Gaṇapati Prārthanā? Maybe we can do something else. No, I'm just following it. So all that, it's your duty. When you're starting to do that, you do Gaṇapati Prārthanā because you're told this is the pattern for the class. So that's the duty. I'll do it. I trust Ganapati will remove my obstacles. That's why I do it. Devotion. I know Ganapati will only guide me. He's my guru. That is devotion. Duty, discipline, devotion, discrimination. Can I do Shiva first? I like Shiva. No. You are told to do Ganapati. Ganapati is obstacle remover. Do Ganapati. So, like this, everything, all these things, the resultant behavior of all these words that we have listed, all these characters we have listed, is Shraddha. So, we don't have a word for that. Now, so all this, see, all these values are coming. You are learning to respect your guru who's telling you things. So, you are learning to respect somebody. Your ego is gone. You are having Shraddha towards what the Vedas are telling, towards what your guru is telling. So all these things are becoming part of your personality. So this has become character development. It is not a skill development. Definitely, skill is a byproduct.
Yeah.
It is not the main product. This is where Swami has said in his discourse, go back. It says, the values have gone down with the modernization, with the advent of English and modernization. We are using English. But here is where Swami said so many values have gone. Now, to get back the values, you should learn Vedam. So these are one aspect. And now another aspect of this, which we have not covered so far, is the Guru Parampara is very, very important. Why? Okay, I have to respect Guru, Shraddha, all that is coming. Knowledge is Saraswati. All that is fine. The our ancestors say Vidya Dadati Vinayam. So I'm able to hear somebody telling me, and I'm humble in listening and understanding and learning. I'm not questioning, but I'm only sincerely seeking my doubts, my questions, my answers rather. So all that is happening. Vidya Dadati Vinayam. End of education is character. That is good. Now, why Guru Parampara? Guru Parampara is also important because you have to learn from somebody who has learned properly, not some another YouTube learner or self-taught YouTube learner or a book reader. Book reader might sound okay for some time, but if you go in, lots of things are missing in there. Including the attitude, everything will be different. So Guru Parampara is important because it is giving you evidence of the strength of the knowledge that you are learning. It says, this is a tried and tested method, and this will work if you do it this way. So it's an evidence. And in this Guru Parampara, what happens? you have all these Upanishads and everything. These are all discussions. A lot of them are discussions. So in that, somebody asks a question. So say you can take any discussions like Bhruguvalli, which is a discussion between Bhrugu and Varuna, or you can take Angirasa and Shaunaka. So Shaunaka asks Angirasa, his guru, what is that? Knowing which I know everything else. So it's a very, very important question. What the guru answers is, he says very, very simple. He starts, this is what this question was asked by so and so to so and so, and this is what they have discussed, and everything is explained like that. Everything is, nothing is patented. So it is not selfishness. It's not about grabbing credit. It gives another quality which we unfortunately do not have it as one of our best virtues is claiming credit. We want to claim credit for everything. We don't need to say, even however big you may be president of a big country, or a small employee in a small company. Everywhere you fight for credit. So that credit grabbing is not at all something which will be allowed in this. It is all about keeping the things open knowledge for everybody and for everybody to benefit. And that broad heart is another thing you're developing. And there are a lot more things as we go on about the lineage also. So it's very, very important. So that question Shaunaka asks is, Kasminno Bhagavato Vijñate Sarvam Vijñatam Bhavati. What is that Bhagavan? So he's calling his guru as Bhagavan because he knows everything. Kasminno Bhagavate Vijñate Sarvam Vijñatam Bhavati. What is that knowing which I know everything? And there is one more aspect, one story to the Shraddha. I think this story is very, very important because in this story, it is about another Upanishad, Prashna Upanishad. You go into that Upanishad times. There was this Rishi Jabala. He was a great, most renowned one in the country for knowledge. Anything and everything of the Vedanta and the Veda Vidya, he knows. That's the understanding of the whole country. And then there were these brilliant students who are also famous. There are 6 of them. They get together, they talk to each other, they discuss, and they come up with some aspects that they don't understand. So they go and ask Jabala Maharshi, we have Guru, we have this some questions that we want to ask you. We want your help understanding these things. Then Jabala Maharshi says, okay, I don't know what your questions are. I do not know if I can answer them. But if you are really thinking that I can answer, you stay in my ashram for 1 year, take care of the ashram, do all the maintenance job, whatever is required in the ashram. And then after that, if you have doubts, then I will answer them if I know the answers. Otherwise, I will not be able to answer if I don't know the answer. Then, see the intensity of Shraddha that they had, the total faith in that Guru, and their intense craving for learning it or knowing the knowledge. They stay there. They stay there for 1 year. Take care of the whole place. Do everything, all their duties as needed by the ashram. At the end of it, what they ask and what he answers, that discussion becomes what we call as Prashna Upanishad. So your Shraddha, the fruit of that Shraddha is going to be of that, greatness, intensity, whatever you want to call it. Don't know what to call it myself. I don't have a word, appropriate word. See, that is where when you sit in front of Swami, say, Swami, you are my guru, please guide me. And that is what I did. I have learned till 92 in the hostel there. I've taught. And after that, I gave up for 10, 12 years, busy with my career. Yeah, 12 years. And then after that, I come to US for my postdoc. And that's when people have asked me to teach because I was chanting normally and they thought I was chanting differently. Then they came to know of my background, uh, which I didn't, I was reluctant to say. Then they said, no, you should teach. I started teaching. And then there was this question. I don't know anything. I know very little. What I know is very little. I want to know more. And then I said, okay, I forgot everything. So go back and started revising everything, all the Taittiriya Upanishad, Shikshavalli, Bhriguvalli, Anandavalli, and parts of Narayanavalli or Mahanarayana Upanishad, and all other the Narayana Atharva Shirsha Upanishad, Gaṇapati Atharva Shirsham, and so many other mantras that we learned there. I started practicing them, getting up early in the morning, sit in front of Swami, take shower. That will be my puja. Swami, you are my guru. I sit at your feet. Now you teach me. I want to learn properly. And I was after some time practicing these things, I started venturing into learning new mantras by reading of whatever I know. That also, he is my guru. He is telling me once, and I'm repeating twice. That was the practice that I started doing. In less than 2-3 months, I came across a guru who has taught me so many things even till today. It has taken a temporary pause, but he has taught me so many things for which I'm always grateful to him. And that kind of initiated me or increased my, interest to learn more. And I have found Swami had given me the opportunity of meeting great people who have taught me parts of Rig Vedam. And this is a father and son. The son is only 20 years old and he teaches very, very well. Like he knows Rig Vedam like back of his hand. That's a better. I don't know what better usage I can say. He knows everything. Even his father will teach me. He will say, "Appa, that's not right." He'll correct from from upstairs. So later on, he taught me, and then there is another great Mahanubhava who taught me Ghanam. That's and the Ghana chanting is the permutations combination. Ganana antva ganana. So that goes ganana antva tva ganana antva ganapatim tva ganana antva ganapatim. It will go like that. So that chanting,
Yes.
pada, krama, jata, and ghana of namakam he taught me. He's going to teach me chamakam and other ashirvada mantras. Those things are coming up. And there is another Mahanubhava. He taught me few mantras from Samaveda Gayatri, and few other things. So once you seek Swami's support, then Swami will send you somebody who will, or some source from where you can learn. So I request everybody, every single person, please, if you have a chance to learn in person or online from somebody who is taught, who is learned properly, not a book reader, not another, YouTube self-taught person, one who has learned properly from a guru. That is why, I should say this another incident. I was there at the temple. This temple has got a new pujari, priest, who was a principal in a Veda Pathashala. So I went and asked him, could you kindly teach me something? There are some things which have to be learnt only in a temple, not in a house. So those parts of Taittiriya Aranyakam were left out by my guru. So I went and sought his help. He said, yes, I will teach you. Who was your guru? So this is the question. Who is your guru if he has learned properly? So he was analyzing my guru, what he learned and what he knows. He said, do not go by those people who are claiming to know things, but they're all self-taught and they have whatever. That's not the way it should be done. You should learn from people who have learned properly. So this is very important. Learn properly. And going back, I forgot the thread. But yes, it is very important that we learn from somebody. And when you seek Swami's help, Swami will definitely guide you and never ever teach. This is the one why I went to that priest incident. He said, he said to another Pujari, junior Pujari was there. He was teaching him Gananantva Ghanam. He said, you chant. He will listen. So he made me sit and said, see how he is chanting. You should chant like that. Listen to him. He thought, he didn't know that I knew Gananantva. Okay. And then when that Pujari was chanting, looking at the book, he was saying Gananantva. So I was also very softly, I was muttering. I was not even, I didn't think somebody else was listening to my voice. Ganana antva tva ganana ganana antva ganapatim tva ganana ganana antva ganapatim. So I was going in that sequence, So he immediately interrupted. He interrupted him and said, see, you didn't have the class. You didn't learn. Why are you chanting? You're not allowed to chant. He just stopped me right there. Then, of course, I had to explain to him that I learned Padapatam, Ghanapatam, and Jatapatam and Ghanapatam, Kramapatam, all in this sequence. Pada, Krama, Jata, Ghana. That is the sequence that I've learned. And he asked, who is your guru? What did he learn? What he knows? And incidentally, my guru who taught me Ghanam, he can chant Ghanam from back to front. Not only front to back, from back to front. He was chanting Rudram from behind.
Oh wow!
From behind to come to the front. Man, that needs immense amount of training and support. So always, this is the point that I've learned. If you have not learned properly something from somebody, do not chant. Do not teach. If you chant, that's fine to some extent. Because my guru who taught me Yajurvedam, I asked him once, Guru, if you know Ishavasya Upanishad or something, or Surya Upanishad, one of them, can you please teach me? He said, actually, I know that, Ishavasya Upanishad. I know it, but I didn't learn from anybody, so I will not teach you. And he's a scholar who had the honor of writing a foreword for a book. And that was okayed, that was read through and okayed, approved by Shankaracharya, Kanchi Kamakoti, or one of those Sringeri Pithadipati or somebody. So somebody who is so much knowledgeable also is following. All of us, please remember, do not take the, lenience of just picking up something from the internet and chanting. And then when you are teaching, you are passing on those mistakes. If there is one mistake you are conveying in what you are teaching, that there are 10 people, they take that one mistake and they go and they put their own. So you're multiplying it. Please, please, please stay away from that kind of things. Learn from whatever
Ramana,
sources you have available. Yeah. Sairam.
we just have a few
9:20.
moments. Yeah, we have a few moments left. I think just summarize the
Okay.
Ganapati Prārthanā for
Okay.
everyone.
Sure. So sorry about this this kind
No, that's
of extension. When we talk about whenever we get a chance and talk about Gaṇapati Atharvashisham, we will add some of these some things from Ganananta also into our discussion. We'll include parts of this, whichever we miss now. But here, Gananantva. Okay. In that section itself, we can discuss why Ganapati first. Why do we do Ganapati Prārthanā first? Okay. In our case, for our Vedam chanting, Ganapati, when did he? Ganapati, as we know, the major story of Ganapati Utpatti or Ganapati, the Udbhavana or the avatar advent of Ganapati is when Shiva Parvati, that incident where Shiva goes out and Parvati makes an idol of a boy and gives life to it, and that becomes Ganapati, and Shiva comes and and then he puts Ganapati's head for that boy after he removes the head unknowingly in a fight and all that. So there, in that story, there may be a question. What he became the Vignadipati. He became the remover of obstacles. But then what about the obstacles before? So as a child, I had that question. And recently that got cleared. Because Ganapati, when he started, Raitan, I will take a
Yes.
few minutes. The maximum 3 to 5 minutes extra. Okay. Before that, we will
Okay.
close.
Sure.
Okay. So in that, yeah. So when was this Ganapati? What about the Vignas, the obstacles before this? It was a very, very question in the background, but I was just wondering. So this answer for this is there in Puranas, Ganesha Purana, Mudgala Purana. There are some Puranas. We believe it is in Ganesha Purana. There is an answer for this. In the beginning of creation, when Brahma was created. Now, Brahma is the creator of all this ephemeral world that we are seeing. He was created and given the job of creating this creation. He didn't have an idea what to do. He had no idea. So he closed his eyes, and all that he could understand that was he had to do meditate, to think deep inside. So what will he do to do tapas? What tapas can he do? So he was going through that confusion what to do. So that is called tapana, that inner, he is having that doubt. He is just doing, and then all the answer that he got was, all that he could do was he was doing Omkara. All that he heard, all that was around was Omkara. So he was started doing Om. So when he did that Omkara, then a light appeared in front of him. That Omkara that he uttered, it took the form of a light. And that light had a form. And that form is what is described in the Rigveda mantras. And from there, we get this Vakratunda Mahakaya Koti Surya Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurumede. Oh, no, sorry. Suklam Varadharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam. So all that, Vakratunda Mahakaya, all that. He had the Vakratunda, the trunk, which is curved like that. Vakratunda Mahakaya. And then Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam. He had 4 hands. So he is the avatar of Omkara. And from Omkara, all this sounds have come. That is the Vedas. Aksharas have come. From the Aksharas, the Vedas have. It is the breath of God, breath of Sri Mahavishnu. So all those things are said. So when we are learning Vedam, when we are chanting Vedam, you start with Om Jata Vedase or Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya, Om Namaste Ganapataye, Om Medha Devi, Om Sanno Mitrasham Varunaha. Everything you're chanting with an Om, because Vedas have come from that Omkara, and that Omkara is nothing but Ganapati, and he's been there always. He was there even before Brahma, because Brahma thought of Omkara and his Omkara Swarupa. All that existed was Omkara. So he is there he was there always. So that Omkara Swarupa we are invoking when we are starting our Veda Abhyasam. So here now in this mantra 26. Okay, we've got till 35. Let me see how I can make it very
We have
quick
about
and short.
we have about 1 or 2 more minutes. We'll have to close.
Oh, okay. So in Gaṇapati Prārthanā, all that it says is, all that we are saying is that Gaṇapati, who is there in everybody and everything, as it is said in the Bhagavad Gita by Krishna, Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hriddeshe Arjuna Tishtati Brahmayan Sarva Bhutani Yantrarudhaya. So I am the one seated in everybody and running this universe, in all the beings. So that Gaṇapati, who is the uniqueness of all the different kinds of people and things and objects and mantras and sounds and everything, that Gaṇapati, I bow down. I invoke Gaṇapati. May you come and be seated in my house. Sida sadhanam, asida, please be seated here. Sadhanam in my house where I am doing the yajna karma, yajna of learning this Vedas, or the homam, all these things which are done very unselfish activity, only those homes are sadhanas. So that sadhana, may you please be come and seated here with all your powers, all your Shakti. So when you are doing a homam or when you are doing anything, you will get a blessings through all the surroundings, through the nature, through beings around you, maybe your own family members. So all these are ganas, and all these are ruled by Gaṇapati, and all these surroundings are his Shaktis. And you are saying, Utibhisi the sadhanam. May you come with all your powers so that you can bless me from whatever way you want, from whichever direction. And Upamashravastamam, he is the most famous one. He is the one who is present everywhere. He is present everywhere. Like again in Bhagavad Gita, it says, Mattah parannanyastya yatkinchidasti dhananjaya mai sarvamidam protam sutre manigana iva. He is the one who is present as the thread in a necklace. You see all that shining, everything so nice around us, but everything is strung together, is together because of that one principle, Gaṇapati. May he come and free me of all obstacles in my endeavor. Thank you very much, and we can do this
Thank you.
more whenever there is a next opportunity.
Yes,
Sairam.
yes. Thank you so much, Ramana. Thank you, Dr. Ramana, for all your time, for your efforts and contributions. I think everyone has benefited from it. With some of the comments on YouTube, and it's all positive. So thank you again for giving up your time. And obviously, the Sanatana Sarati, we will not be having this without him. So we show our gratitude to our most beloved Bhagavan for giving us this opportunity to dwell upon him. Learning Veda is dwelling upon him. That is his very life breath. So hence, when we invoke Veda, we invoke him. So thank you, Ramana. We look forward to the next conversation that we do have with you or on one of the alumni on the Vedas, and going forward and providing this commentary for all devotees to partake of this prasadam that Swami is giving to us. Thank you. Ramana, can we just ask you to end with the Svasti Vācaka Śloka, please?
Swasti prajabhyah paripalayantām nyāyena mārgena mahim mahīṣāः Brahmanebhyah shubhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu kale varshyatu parjanyah prithivī sasya shalini adhana sadhana sant jivantu sharadam shatam.
Thank you, Ramana.